Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday again. In the name of experimentation, I am back. I am live again and I am not muted. I don't think I'm muted, and I'm in the same studio that I was before, so there are some things that I'm experimenting with and testing out behind the scenes that I think you can't see. But I'm back. Here I am. Hey, hey, hey! It's Friday, and still grateful to be here. So, a few things. What did I talk about in the last one? A few things. Let me regroup. So I'm really, really grateful to be here, and I wanted to kind of recap my last few days and also announce something that's coming up announce something that's coming up with Research Pro and a new partner, Matthew Glover with Capacity Catalyst Consulting. It's Friday, it's the end of the day, it's the end of the week, a busy week, and um, my brain is not working at the same speed as my mouth. So bear with me. But really excited to be here live today. Wanted to give a special shout out to Yvonne Sherrill at the Ohio Urban Community Action Network for an amazing Women's Leadership Symposium yesterday. I'm really thrilled and full and inspired by the opportunity that I had to participate in the fifth annual Women's Leadership Summit yesterday. We close my office door. I hear my fourth grader coming home. But really grateful for the opportunity to participate in that summit or that symposium. Thankful for the opportunity to also be a panelist during one of the panel discussions. So the Ohio Urban Community Action Network is a consortium of some really powerful organizations doing really amazing boots on the ground work in communities across the state. And it was such a privilege and again an inspiration to spend time and share space with them yesterday. So shout out Yvonne, you go. Just an amazing event. I love going to events that are so well put together, and I had that experience yesterday. Thank you, Yvonne, and thank you to Ohio Urban Community Action Network. Also want to give a shout out and a some gratitude to the Columbus Metropolitan Library. Today was my drop-in day for the Ask an Expert series, the partnership that Research Pro and the Columbus Metropolitan Library have been enjoying for the last few months. And so today was there on site at the Business and Nonprofit Resource Center for organizational leaders, nonprofit founders, etc., to drop in and ask questions about fundraising strategy, about donors, donor engagement, about starting a nonprofit, even about managing a nonprofit, program management, program design, all of the things. Those are the types of things that we have discussed over the last few months. And so, again, today is the first Friday. So, today was my day to be at the library, and it was very productive. I'm looking forward to June. So, June, first Friday in June, will be the last drop in session for Research Pro. The Ask an Expert series will continue at the library, but of course, they will bring in additional experts to talk about different topics. But Research Pro will be there for the final time in June. And again, this has been an amazing partnership. I love the library. Columbus Metropolitan Library as a system is one of the top libraries in the country, if not the nation's number one. It's been voted number one before. And so I take a lot of pride in the partnership. I take a lot of pride in that as a resource in my city. I used to serve on the board of trustees for Friends of the Library. So it's incredibly meaningful for me to partner in this way and to sow into the community and pay it forward to the local nonprofit community in this way. So that's the symposium, and that's the library. See me next month, first Friday, noon to 2 p.m. at the Columbus Metropolitan Library, the downtown branch on the third floor in the Business and Nonprofit Resource Center. So before that, coming up before that, I'm really, really looking forward to a new partnership with Matthew Glover, who many of you may know from PNC, and he's in another financial firm that he was recently with. So you may know Matthew as a corporate funder, and we're going to tap into that. So Matthew and I are partnering to present Bag Secured. So if you want to secure the bag from those corporate funders, don't miss Bag Secured, fundraising strategies that speak to corporate donors. So Matthew and I are teaming up to dig into what do corporate funders want? How do we move the needle with them? How do we break into those um, funding entities? How do we build those relationships? How do we maximize and make the most of our proposals and those letters of intent and all the things? Matthew is going to dive into those for us, and I'm really looking forward to that session on May 22nd at 2 p.m. Eastern. It is virtual, so we'll be on Zoom. And again, I'm sure Matthew is going to reveal some secrets and drop some gems for us that can really change the game for us. And I know that I don't typically talk about corporate gifts, or when I do, I encourage you to focus on individual giving, but corporate giving is so important for so many of us. At the Ohio State University, where I spent the bulk of my career, I was the resident expert on foundations. And so I know that corporate giving, foundation giving, certainly has a play in the larger advancement model. Although, like, I'm always going to talk about individual giving, but for this particular session, we are going to dive into corporate giving, and only because I'm able to partner with an insider and really bring some insights and some really practical tips to you. So shout out to Matthew Glover, for that partnership. Shout out to him on his new venture, and thank you to him for his willingness to share some insights and some tips with us. And so the registration link should be in the description for this video. You can also access the registration on my website, theresearchpro.com/events. So go to the website, theresearchpro.com, and check out the events tab. And that is where you will find the information about Bag Secured, as well as the registration link. So I'm looking forward to this. Not only are we doing the webinar, but I'm giving away my donor engagement planner, and Matthew has insider tips. He has a document all about insider tips that he's giving away as well. So you don't want to miss this. And let's see, I think that's all I have for today. So shout out to Yvonne and everyone at the Ohio Urban Community Action Network. Shout out to everyone at the library, the downtown library, and the Business and Nonprofit Resource Center. Thanks for welcoming me and being such gracious hosts for me and the nonprofit leaders that have been coming in for those drop-in sessions. And then finally, shout out Matthew Glover. Looking forward to Bag Secured. If you're trying to get the bag from corporate funders, you definitely want to grab a seat for Bag Secured on Thursday, May 22nd at 2 p.m. It's a virtual webinar with me, Research Pro, me, Money, and Matthew Glover with Capacity Catalyst Consulting. So hope everyone has a great weekend. Shout out to everyone that I met and connected with this week. It's been a really, really busy week. Research Pro has been outside. I've been outside. I've been taking prospect development outside all week. It's a busy week. So I missed going live yesterday, but really happy to have the time today. And so, as I mentioned, my 10-year-old is home and the weekend has officially begun. So, peace, everybody.